Hey, praise the Lord. God bless y'all today. Hope you can hear me this time. I had previously started recording or started doing a live, and I think the sound had cut off because a phone call had come in. I am out at Fort Logan National Cemetery. This is my first time coming out here to see where they laid to rest my husband. And you know what? I'm glad I did. I had an appointment today with the young lady to introduce her to what I'm doing right now. And okay, good. You can hear me. Thank you so much, Evangelist Deborah. I had an appointment and she had to cancel because she was called into work. And so since I was so close to Fort Logan Memorial Cemetery, I said, well, let me go out there and see where they laid to rest my husband. And I'm glad I came out here. I'm going to post some pictures of his the little placard they have for the remains. But, you know, I want to talk to those who are grieving and those who are in a place in which, you know, you're trying to get closure. And even though I am trying to get closure, I'm also recognizing, hey, son, I'm recognizing that I have to do certain things in order to get that closure. And one of the things is, you know what, face the reality, because I'll be perfectly honest with you. It still seems as though my husband should be coming around the corner any moment now. He should be coming through the door any moment now. And it's, hi, Ronald Coleman. God bless you. Jennifer. It's so hard to believe that my husband is gone. And it's August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. It's almost 8 months. And it's still just as fresh today as it was the day that I received the phone call that my husband had collapsed and he was barely breathing, barely responding. So for me to come out here to the cemetery today and just to see where they laid him to rest, you know what? The reality is I'm not going to see my husband on this side again. I'm not going to see him here on the earth again. Hey, Clinton, you know, and as I recognize that, as I step into that reality, that truth, I still have to look at what God has called me to do for such a time as this. And God has called me to ministry. There's more ministry for me to do. As many of you know, I've started started working with Transamerica, World Financial Group, and Transamerica, and financial services, because I don't want any widow or widower to have to go through or face what I've faced dealing with the finances since my husband has passed. And so if I can help anyone to get past that, had a lady call from Texas this morning and talking about probate. She didn't know anything about probate. Her husband passed 6 weeks ago. And so my mission then is to help widows and widowers, women, period, because let's face it, y'all, women, okay, let's be honest. We are financially illiterate for the most part. We really are. And I just realized my level of illiteracy for finances since my husband passed. And I don't want any other female to have to go through that and have to endure that stuff, because we still have to live. And so my message is today, you know, this is, like I said, is Beatrice Bruno, the drill sergeant of life, and these are the grief chronicles with the drill sergeant of life. Ladies, take care of your stuff. Take care of your business. Take care of your business. Don't wait like I did until your husband passes, okay? And then come to find out you're not as smart as you think you are. You're not as literate or intelligent about stuff as you think you are. Because I'm going to tell you, those finances will have you grieving worse than you will be grieving for your spouse, for your husband. And so my message today is, ladies, please take care of you. Yes, you're married. Yes, your husband, that's your ace boom coon, your schnookums, your true love, all that stuff. Because that's what my husband was to me. But Beatrice is still here. And Beatrice still has to take care of business. And so I can't go back now and say, oh, I wish I had learned. No, I need to know now. And so my mission is to help other women, widows, help widowers, help single women, help married women, know your finances. I'm going to get the education. I've invested in myself so that I can go forth and get the education that I need so that I can help other women. I'm bringing together a team of like-minded people to go and help folk to learn more about finances. There's no reason for us in 2019 to be as financially illiterate as we are. And I like I say, I'm just being transparent with you. I am financially illiterate and I don't like it. I really don't. And so thank you, Deborah Wright, Stobie Wright. Yes, amen indeed. You doggone right. Jennifer, preach it. Yeah, because we as women, we depend on our husbands, and I depended on my husband greatly. I really did, and still do, because I still love that man. But I'm still here. I still got to do stuff, and I can't just sweep everything under the carpet or put it interred with him here at Fort Logan Memorial Cemetery. I've still got to take care of stuff. I got to pay bills. I've got to live. And so now I've got to create the income that I need to not just make up for what's not coming in because my husband is gone, but so that I can make a life, not just make a living, but make a life. And so I guess you can say then that my mission is to help women, help people to become financially literate so that they can do the things that they desire to do in life. I don't ever want to see a widow or a young woman or a divorced woman going through the stuff that I've had to go through since my husband passed concerning my finances. I absolutely refuse to do that. And so I'm going to do what it takes to get what I need to help folk to become financially literate. There's no reason why your children, when they get to a certain age, that they won't be able to go to college just because mama and daddy didn't have no money. Not so. Because remember, y'all, stuff is going up in expenses. Stuff is just getting higher and higher and higher. Your finances need to keep up with the times. And no, we're not making as much as the banks. Do you know there are some credit cards out there with percentage rates of 42%? Isn't that crazy? But do we know this? Do we know that we should have programs? There's this thing called the Rule of 72. Do we know that stuff they stopped teaching that stuff in the schools in the 1930s? Why? To keep broke people where they were, broke. No more. We're not going through that. We're going to have the wealth that God says for us to have. If God is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all we could ask or think, then why shouldn't we have what we're supposed to have so that we can do what we're supposed to do? And besides that, the more money you have, and it's not all about money, but just listen to what I'm saying. The more you have, the more people you can help. I'm just saying. What'd you say, Laura Paget? So true. I'm working on this right now. Keith is my hubby and we do things so differently. I'm trying to find the info I need should he pass. Yeah, you need to get that stuff together right now. That's right, Deborah. Abundant to the full. And we have got to stop being ignorant and stop letting everybody else do stuff. Oh, it'll get done by them. It'll get done by them. No, because they aren't going to take care of you. So it's time for us. What am I learning out here on my day to the Fort Logan Memorial Cemetery to see my husband, where they laid to rest my husband? I'm learning that my husband will want me to get literate so that I won't have to struggle. And I'm going to do what I need to do so that I can become financially literate so that I won't have to struggle, and I can teach others how not to struggle when something happens in the family. Folks, let's face it. When your husband or your wife passes, you should be able to grieve your husband or your wife and not your finances. That's my new tagline. Helping families grieve family members, not finances. And that's all there is to it. So, like I said, I'm out here at Fort Logan National Cemetery to see where they laid my husband to rest. I'll post pictures of it here when I get ready to post the video. But folks, get financially literate. Don't wait until a death occurs and then run around trying to find out where stuff is. Look for your insurance policies now. Okay? Look for everything that has to do with your husband, your wife. Look for it now. Look for their final wishes. What do they want done? Look for, do you have long-term care? All this stuff. You've got to know about all this stuff, because this is reality. This is what happens in the aftermath of the passing of a loved one. And like I said, on my watch, no other widow or widower will have to go through what I've gone through since my husband passed concerning finances. I absolutely refuse to let it happen. And I'm going to get financially literate so that I can teach folk what they need to know. So this is your sister, your mama, your auntie, your cousin, your niece, but hopefully most of all, your friend, Beatrice Bruno, the drill sergeant of life. And these are the Grief Chronicles with the drill sergeant of life. I'm out here at Fort Logan National Cemetery, visiting where they placed my husband's remains. I'm going to post pictures, but I just want y'all to know that it's time now to get financially literate, not after your loved one passes. So God bless y'all. I love y'all with the love of Jesus. I know it's been a while, but I just been busy. I've been speaking at grief conferences and just doing what God has called me to do. So I love y'all with the love of Jesus. We'll see you next time. This is Beatrice Bruno, speaker, author, U.S. Army veteran, the drill sergeant of life. And these are the Grief Chronicles with the drill sergeant of life. Love y'all. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.